6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tengo los pelos de punta.
Hey everyone, SafeLocked here on behalf of the League Dev team to welcome you to Season 2021. We want to start today by saying thank you for being here. We're so excited you tuned in from all over the world as we kick off the next year of League together. In some ways, this year will be a little different. As you know, there are more ways than ever to enjoy League. Our hope is that we can create a few moments throughout the year where we can all come together and celebrate as a community. So, to that note, League devs from across Riot are joining us today to help kick off the new season. Here's a look at everything we have in store. Today marks the start of a new season in League, and with that, a new chapter for Runeterra. So, there's something we'd like to show you. If you've been following League for a while, you'll know that since reuniting, Senna and Lucian have been fighting back the darkness. But as the Black Mist continues to spread beyond the Shadow Isles, Runeterra faces a new threat that could leave the world in ruin.
Cinemática! Cinemática!
The housing loose again. What did you do to this thing?
You'll have it fixed by Mudtown. With currents and wind conditions, we can be there in 3 days.
El nuevo campeón, el del juego. Ya estaba el rumor viejo.
Should be leagues from here.
Well, it saved us a trip.
No se ha dicho nada de este campeón. Wow.
Hey, we don't run from darkness.
We light the way.
¿Qué va a ser? ¿Nueva waifu de esta temporada, por lo menos, ¿no? Por lo que veo, ¿no? ¡Ahí está! ¡Viego! ¡Viego!
You don't belong here.
I have crossed through death and ruination to get back to her. Return, my queen.
You will destroy this world.
She is my world.
¡Mira! Dario. Karma. Guau, tío. Poppy. La primera vez que ya hace tiempo que no metan a Bale, ¿no? puedes tirar. Bueno, espérate.
Es que no te lo iba a tirar.
Ya. Oh.
We have to go back for her.
Senna? We can't defeat him alone.
Vamos, han anunciado otro campeón, básicamente. Han anunciado Diego, ¿vale?
That's right. Diego, the Ruined King.
Ya se sabía de que iba a venir
Even though
Diego.
we love a good cliffhanger, this
Pero-
time we're going to continue the story.
En verdad han anunciado dos campeones. Diego y la que
More
busca.
about what that looks like during the stream. With that, let's hand things over to the rest of the League PC team to share a sneak peek at some of the new champions,
Los pelos de punta.
skins, and gameplay changes coming this year. First off is Jeremy Lee, who's going to catch you up on the preseason item changes and look ahead to some of what's new coming in 2021.
Hey everybody, I'm Jeremy, aka Riot Brightmoon, the lead producer for gameplay on League of Legends. I am so excited to welcome all of you to the start of Season 2021. Today I'm going to talk about some of the recent updates we've made to help you get ready for this new season, as well as some of the things we're working on that we haven't released yet. So let's get to it.
Hola, Wonder. ¿Cómo vas a...?
This preseason,
El otro día
we
estoy
revamped the item
viendo
system,
una screen
the
tuya.
game's foundation strong as it continues to evolve. Deciding which items to buy is part of your path to victory in every game. And item choices, stats, and effects should be clear and understandable. So we took a look at every item and talked about what was working well and what we could improve. Some items haven't changed much, but we've removed some others and added some new picks, all to make sure that each item has a clear and unique purpose in the game. One problem we especially wanted to solve was that most of the time, earning a powerful item just wasn't very rewarding. Getting your first big item should feel impactful, and champions of every playstyle should have multiple choices to be excited about. So, we've added Mythics, a new item class with a powerful effect that shaped the
Los
way
carries no
we play
están
each
tan
game.
rotos.
These open new strategic
venga a mí
options
con
and
eso.
give you more control on how you want to play. And because Mythics are so powerful, you can only have one at a time, so choose wisely. Another area we focused on was the shop itself. We've wanted to improve the shop for a long time, but the technology it was using was too old and fragile. We've completely rebuilt the shop with new tech and tons of improvements. For example, we've smartened up the recommended tab to make suggestions based on what high-level players are building and which items are good against the enemy team. So if you're worried about having to relearn items, don't panic. The new shop's got your back. Updating such a foundational system is going to have a big impact on the game. So we're keeping a close eye on balance and what everyone is building, especially in these first few months. Thank you to all the players who've been giving us feedback along the way, and please keep it coming, because like the rest of League, the item system will continue evolving over time. In addition to the item system overhaul, we're making some changes to Ranked to prep for this season. So before you get started on the climb, which by the way you can do today,
Que ya no hay...
we know it's been
Promoción.
frustrating to win streak into
Sí,
promos,
así sabía.
only to go 1 and 2 when the stakes are high. So we're removing promotion series between divisions.
¿Qué va a ser los TFT?
You'll still go through promos between tiers, like from silver to gold, but otherwise it's smooth climbing. This means that you'll no longer have demotion protection between divisions, but you'll still have that buffer once you reach a new tier. We also know that starting a new season just to grind back up to where you finished the previous one can feel a little tedious. So we've adjusted the way that provisionals work. This year, you should start your climb closer.
Está ahí durmiendo.
And for all of us sweaty hopefuls,
Su cama, porque ya no me deja ni dormir yo.
immediately the
Cabrón.
new ranked season, which means the race to be first in Challenger is open today. There's still a minimum LP requirement for Grandmaster and Challenger, but no more waiting 2 weeks for it to unlock. It's ready now, if you are. Finally, we've been making some improvements to matchmaking and player behavior features. Over the past 6 months, we've been improving our detection and punishment of players who quit or intentionally ruin the game for others. But we still have a lot to do.
El de Coluro.
Detection of players intentionally feeding by 40%. And we're also seeing meaningful decreases in players AFKing in games. But even if it's happening less, when it does happen, it can be really frustrating. So one of the big highlights we've recently shipped is LP mitigation. So now you don't lose as much LP when someone on your team AFKs in ranked. And players who leave will also lose more LP for abandoning their team. We'll talk more about our additional plans here soon, as we hope to make more changes that encourages everyone to work together to get to that victory screen. It was a long time coming, but I'm happy to say that we've had a great first year of Clash. 28 million players played Clash in 2020, and we want to keep that
Mira,
momentum
hombre,
going.
si se caía
This year,
el
we want
launcher
to make sure
cada
that
por tres.
everyone who wants to play Clash can participate. So we're looking at improvements to the free agent tab. Right now, a group of 4 can find their missing player, but we're also exploring a way for free agents to find themselves a team. We're also going to test running Clash tournaments during the week.
Buena
Those
ulti.
of you who work weekends will still have your shot at glory. Or going 0-3 like I usually do. Although I swear I have won a Clash.
Yo gané todo.
The first Clash tournament of 2021 starts next weekend. We know it'd be a little much to finish all of your placements before then. So for this tournament only, you don't need to be placed in ranked.
Sistema de progresión, mira tú.
Looking further towards the future, we want to focus on improving the systems that exist around the game. And let me tell you, League has a lot of these. Ranked, Honor, Summoner level, Champion Mastery, Event Passes, you get the point. Needless to say, there's a lot going on, and it doesn't always feel like things are working together. Spending time in League should feel meaningful, no matter how you're doing it. And we want to bring all these complex systems together in a way that gives you clear progress and rewards for everything that you do. We also want to recognize your personal accomplishments and playstyle and show them off to other players. So whether it's flexing on your friends with your rank, celebrating your skin collection of your favorite champion, or just how many champs you have Mastery 7 on, we want the way you play to feel meaningful and easy to show off. Now, we're still in early development on all this, but we'll share more.
Qué bonito.
Now,
Ahí se las
in
marca.
ranked, your rerolls in ARAM, and snatching that Clash trophy with your friends. Thanks for watching. I look forward to seeing all of you on the Rift.
Amigo, si soy plata, nadie juega conmigo. Y ahora ya soy bronce.
Hi, I'm Ryan Reeve Morales, the lead producer of the Champions team. I want to take a little time to talk with you about some of the plans Champions team has in store for 2021. So last year, we set a goal to ship at least one new champion in every position, with the exception of mid lane, where we wanted to have both a mage and a melee champion.
Sí, porque Serafín, que eso de su pavo.
Shouldn't have to go longer than a year to get a new
Ahí
champion
está.
to try in their role. So this is something we plan on doing
Esa
again
mira.
this year. Up first on that list is a new jungler, one you just saw in the opening cinematic.
Diego.
That's right.
Diego.
Finally bringing Viego, the Ruin King, into League as a playable champion. At long last, he's more than just an item. And to prove it, here's a quick peek at the new gameplay he'll be bringing to the Rift. If you want to try him out yourself, he'll be hitting PvE very soon and goes live later this month. So Viego's release is just
Me
the
imagino que
start
será la
of the
ulti,
Ruin
¿no?
King
No la
series.
pasiva.
And the next 3 new champions we will be releasing this year will also tie into Viego's return. Now for a while, we've been wanting to add more magic damage fighters, especially one tailor-made for top lane. We believe
tanque AP.
snipping a bigger space out of our roster for AP fighters will not only lead to more diversity in top lane, but also more choices for other lanes as well. And with that goal in mind, we began to sew together a new champion for the Ruin King's
Va a ser un luchador AP.
with Viego or with
Va a ser un luchador AP.
Fight
Hombre.
Hope. Also, for our internet sleuths out there, We hid a small Easter egg for this champ in the Ruin King game, so let's see if any of you can find it. So after we pass through the new skirmisher, the next champion after that is a gloomy new artillery mage who would prefer if we just didn't even bother her at all. I mean, I don't blame her. These days there's so much skill shots and dashes and hyperactivity around Summoner's Rift. Either way, as tiring as all these champions can be, shooting skill shots everywhere, sure beats being back in that happy-go-lucky Bandle City. She would choose anything over that colorful, horrible, bright place. Now the third champion that'll be part of the Ruin King's return is a marksman. But much like Senna, they are planned for a non-traditional position. It's a bit too early though to say more about this champ, so look out for future roadmaps for a new Sentinel of Light.
Pues luchador, pues. El siguiente campeón
Now
de
that
Diego.
we've talked about some
Bien.
of our plans for new champions, let's get right into VGUs. So first of all, we're still hard at work on the Dr. Mundo update, which should go live this spring.
Reward de Doctor
Amplify
Mundo.
Mundo's whole dark comedy theme while bringing his visuals
Sácame algo.
up to date.
Sácame algo.
Last time we shared his new concept, we heard a lot of feedback from players that his hair was a bit too well-groomed for Mundo. We talked as a team about that, and we agreed with it.
Un calvo. Un Doctor Mundo calvo.
It's well kept, as you can see in the new portrait art shown here.
Fíjate.
Now as for his gameplay, we still want Mundo to go where he pleases, chucking cleavers along the way, so we'll be keeping a lot of what you love about Mundo intact. But look out for a new dev blog this week that'll go way deeper into Mundo's development. Finally, we announced another player choice VGU poll last year, and while we didn't quite make it for 2020, we're happy to say it's coming this week. You'll be able to choose which champion you think we should update next. The poll will include 5 champions, 2 returning champions in Shyvana and Nocturne, as well as 3 newcomers in Udyr, Quinn, and Skarner. But before casting your vote, you can learn more about why we chose these champions, what we would consider changing on them, so that you can make the best, most informed decision on who to vote for. This will be coming in a dev blog along with the poll this week. So that wraps it up for Champions Team. I can't wait for you all to see the new champions we have in store for Viego's return, as well as what you think of Mundo's VGU progress. Thanks for watching, and see you on the Rift.
¿No se suponía que van a hacer un reward de Annie? ¿O lo soñaba yo?
Hey everyone, I'm John, aka Bellissimo, and I'm the product lead for personalization and events here on the League Dev team. Let's not waste any time and get into some of the things that we have planned for 2021.
Venga, ¿dónde queda?
With
No,
over
mejor.
150 champions in the
Eso
league,
es.
there are a lot of mains to make skins for.
Ya, ya, por favor,
So in
vuelve.
2020, we stepped up the number of skins that we ship each year, in hopes that champion mains would no longer have to wait years between skins. But that doesn't mean our work is done. There are still some champions who haven't gotten a skin in a while. So this year, you can expect something for Fiddlesticks, Tom Kench, Corky, Camille, Galio, Lulu,
No,
Nautilus,
no,
Wukong,
no,
Nunu,
no,
Sejuani,
no,
Rumble,
no,
Yumi,
no.
and Twitch. If your favorite champion isn't on the list, don't worry. There are lots more to come as we plan to ship over 140 skins this year. This also includes some skins for our more popular champions, including Vayne,
No.
Caitlyn,
Sí.
and Blitzcrank.
Ole. No.
For any given thematic, there's only so many champions that really make sense in that world. With us making more and more skins every year, it means that we run into a problem that we call thematic exhaustion. This means that we've either run out of champions that work well in a thematic, or players show their lack of interest through purchase rate, play rate, and feedback. All of this indicates that we should keep trying new things. We'll still be revisiting some of our most popular thematics this year, like Project and Battle Academia, but we also want to explore new worlds. In February, we'll be celebrating Lunar New Year with a brand new thematic,
Como siempre.
set in 2057, the Year of the Ox. Lunar Beast is a world where futuristic cityscapes and ancient temples collide. High-fashion streetwear with a touch of traditional elegance is the style of this year's Lunar New Year celebration. Here's a first look at Fiora, Jarvan, and Alistar, who are all part of this year's Lunar Beast squad. If psychedelic retrofuturism in space is more your vibe, then good news. Our second major thematic of the year is Space Groove. an eccentric take on a sci-fi universe full of far-out fun and color. The laws of physics and logic don't always apply here, but some of our favorite champions just really dig that, man. We have lots of ideas for new thematics, and we'd love your help in prioritizing which ones you want to see the most. So this week, we're holding a player choice vote between 3 thematics that we've been exploring, codenamed Monster Tamers, Crime City Nightmare, and Debonair 2.0. Monster Tamers is a world where champions harness powerful creatures from across Runeterra to challenge each other in high-stakes matches. In Crime City Nightmare,
Uy, se mola.
we focus on the
Ese
crime
Tito Fate
scene
mola.
of Valorant City, where a street war takes a dark and horrifying turn, as a mysterious figure introduces those desperate for power to an ancient Cthulhu-inspired evil. Finally, we have Debonair 2.0, in a world where powerful elixirs grant extraordinary abilities. 2 rival clubs vie for power. Classy opulence meets modern noir as champions work together to take back what they believe is theirs. We're going to ship whichever thematic gets the most votes this year, and we may revisit some of the others later, depending on your interest and feedback. We've been working to improve events on League, and this year, there are 3 main areas we want to focus on. For starters, we're going to keep running featured game modes alongside every major event. One of our biggest learnings last year was that players most actively played modes that amplify champion fantasies. For example, in Earth, we amplify fantasies by asking, what if my champion could cast all the time? Or in One for All, we ask, what if my champion got to stack with itself? We believe that there are other interesting ways to amplify champion fantasies, and we'll be exploring a new mode in 2021, as well as bringing back our existing roster of rotating game modes. The second area we'd like to focus on is the event pass system. 2020 was a crazy year, and while we were able to ship a lot of content, we weren't able to get to some of the event pass changes that we were hoping to. We think clarity and ease of experience can improve a lot, and we'll be sharing more details on our plans to revamp the system in the first half of this year. Finally, one of the things that made Spirit Blossom stand out from other events was that it was centered around the lore of Runeterra. We've gotten feedback that you want to see Runeterra stories move forward, the world evolve, and League's champions continue their journeys. At the end of Spirit Blossom, Ari and Yasuo left Ionia on an adventure to Bilgewater. Their story will continue in The Ruined King, a League of Legends story. But things aren't going to end there. Viego's back, and we'll be following his path of destruction in League PC later this year. Where will the ruination spread next? Who can stand up to the Ruined King? And who will fall? Thanks so much for watching. The only reason we get to do any of this cool stuff is because of your continued support. So on behalf of the League dev team, thank you.
No, lo que voy a seguir sacando cosas para que no gastemos el dinero. Y como tontos no vamos a gastar dinero.
Brian Feeney here, the design director of Wild Rift. It's so cool to be part of kicking off a new year of League, and we can't wait to show you what we've been working on. When developing Wild Rift,
por favor, ponerme el arranque con posicionamiento. Gracias.
things just the same when it makes
Hasta que no lo pongáis no voy a jugar.
We've also made some changes to champions, skins, and the map to make sure things feel great for Wild Rift players. We also know many of you are still waiting to play Wild Rift, and it's taking us a little longer than we planned to get it out to you all. So, here's an update on our open beta rollout plans for the next few months. We're aiming to start service in the Americas in March. We're currently working on ways to make sure you get access to a bunch of champions quickly when you join so you can start building up your competitive pool. We'll have more details soon, and we can't wait for you to start playing.
No quiero campeones, quiero que me pongáis el arranque con posicionamiento.
We found our first main. For me, it was Twisted Fate. I told myself it was for those sweet card throwing and picking out plays, but I think we all really knew it was about not needing to walk back to lane when you could globally teleport at level 1. When choosing which champs to bring to Wild Rift, we primarily focus on the ones who can expand on the gameplay and thematics that we're currently missing. Wild Rift has around 50 champs, and in 2021, we're really looking to broaden that pool. Our goal is to release an average of 2 champions every month. While not our main goal, we do feel this is a cool throwback to 2009 League PC. Anyways, let's check out some champions. Coming later this year will be one of our highest champs thus far, Katarina. She promises to pick the perfect time to strike with her deadly daggers and... Okay, alright, let me explain. When we're bringing champions over to Wild Rift, we want to keep their fantasies and playstyles intact. We only look to change abilities if they don't work on twin stick controls, or if there's a cool opportunity to really make them shine. In this case, it's both. We know from Katarina players that her fantasy comes from weaving her ult in and out of fights using Shunpo. But in our playtests, we saw that it ended up being super easy to cancel our ult accidentally with the joystick. So we tried letting Katarina slowly move and reposition while ulting, which ended up feeling really awesome on twin stick controls. It's time to let it rip. Rolling in sometime after will be Rammus the Armadillo.
El counter de maestro allí porque está roto en World Rift.
And saw an opportunity to wild drift. Rammus now passively rolls, gaining out of combat movement speed, and the twin stick controls give Rammus a new way to really zoom around the map. Rammus's new ultimate, Soaring Slam, enables him to leap into the air and create tremors where he lands. The size of the tremors are based on his powerball speed. With these changes, we're hoping Rammus can feel more than okay on Wild Rift. And finally, as for Dr. Mundo, his update will be coming to Wild Rift a bit later in the year, because right now we're focused on getting the game in as many hands as possible. So while Mundo will still go where he pleases, he'll just be taking his time getting there, as he pleases. We're going to be making some upgrades over the next few months to flesh out Wild Rift's gameplay. One of our big focuses will be our in-game item pool. You've seen the item overhaul that just hit in League PC, and while we plan to eventually adopt some of these changes, we aren't quite there yet. In the meantime, we're looking at the item options currently available in Wild Rift and working to fill in some of the gaps. You can expect us to continue expanding itemization options throughout the year. We're also looking into more ways to play, as one of the things players have been asking about is additional game modes. Today, I'm pleased to announce we're working on our version of All Random, All Mid, or ARAM, and you can help us test it out later this year. If you want a more competitive experience, great news! Our first official ranked season is starting soon. Beyond the usual matchmaking and ranked improvements, we also want to do more to support competitive play. So we're looking into a couple of things this year. One feature you can expect soon is the ping reply system, which should help you more easily coordinate with your team and acknowledge their calls. Finally, a lot of you have been asking for a way to have more choice over the position you play in-game. We're actively working on a solution for this, and we'll bring you updates on this soon.
Hallelujah!
We're going to be running a ton of events throughout 2021, with new ways to play and share the magic of League with your friends. Events are one of the ways we can create shared moments with League PC. That way, players can experience the world of League of Legends together. Our next shared moment will be the futuristic meets traditional Lunar Beast event in February. As a celebration of the Lunar New Year, the squad will be joined by Miss Fortune in a new skin unique to Wild Rift. We'll keep teaming up with League PC throughout the year, as we really don't want any missed opportunities. Outside of events, you can expect to see some other skin lines making an appearance early this year. We have even more plans for the year, so let's jump into some rapid fire previews. We'll be heading to Targon later this year to battle for the heavens. We'll also be making our first stop at the lovely Shadow Isles. We're working on our first to Wild Rift skin line, and later, two of League's deadliest champions will face off and hopefully settle the score once and for all. Before we go, you may have been wondering where Teemo went after Jinx teleported him and a few others onto Wild Rift. He's had an interesting journey, and now he's starring in our biggest in-game event yet. Check out the new Tales of Runeterra, featuring Teemo and some of his Yordle pals.
Si que tan adorable luego un cabro. Lulu.
Corky, I've got this.
But Teemo's AWOL. You need a recon. I'll help you find him.
I know where he is. The Bilgewater pages are missing from his scout journal.
Yeah,
Besides, weren't there enemy bogies spotted over Piltover?
Bogies? Bogies? Why didn't you say so?
I'll help you save Teemo. Lieutenant Lulu, this, rock is the most important part of the mission. You've got this. Bye.
I always have to guard the rock. I can do a lot of things. I'll fix that.
Timo? Timo, sound off. Whoa, a double cannon. Oh.
¿Grave?
Not a single bogey. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. She thinks I'm washed up. Well, not this, my boy.
This rock never does anything.
You're not gonna... What? No Tristana?
Nope.
Mission's gone south. Want to go cause a ruckus?
I thought I struck
Míralo. Están siguiendo lo de mi Fortune del año pasado.
Those yordles are worth on the bounty board. They're a ticking time bomb in trouble.
Quit your whining. That cage is runic iron.
Oh, Corky.
Prepare to face Randall City's most decorated violence!
That makes 3. I'm rich.
What was your plan?
Oh, I'm just a distraction.
What?
As I said, tick, tick, tick.
Donna, I've been watching this rock all day, and it doesn't do anything. I'm starting to think that maybe...
Don't touch your ladder!
Rock!
Son of a...
Timo!
Is that all the musket you got? Right now, get off me!
Drop your weapon, you little...
Polimorfia.
Handle Gunna without her support.
But I tell you, don't mess with yordles.
Whew, thanks. I thought I was a goner. Not with friends like these furballs. What were you here for anyway?
Vandal Scout mission badge number 389. Adopt a pet.
Cute, huh?
It's a school devouring seaworm! Timo, wait!
Timo, wait!
Está chulo, está chulo.
Timo, Tristana, Lulu, Corky, and also Kennen are making their debut on Wild Rift this week. The Yordle Expedition event will take place over the next few weeks with champs, skins, goodies, and an in-game experience where you can follow the Yordles on their journey throughout Runeterra. That's all from us for now. We're so excited to share more in the future. See you on Wild Rift.
Hi, I'm Jeff Jew, executive producer for Legends of Runeterra, and I'm here to talk to you about our plans for 2021. But first, let me get a little sentimental. Nearly a year ago, we set out to build a better card game, and the progress we've made has only been possible with your feedback and your support. Since our launch on PC and mobile, we've released hundreds of new cards, brought over fan-favorite champions, and added new features like rotating game modes and in-game tournaments. And the good news is, we're just getting started. In 2021, we're focusing on leveling up our approach to champions and bringing more social features to Legends of Runeterra, while introducing new regions to the game. From the deep seas of Bilgewater to the summits of Targon, we've explored a lot of Runeterra so far. Up next, we're traveling to the magnificent ancient land of Shurima, home to desert nomads who travel the sands, monsters hidden beneath, and the ascended beings that rule above. This is Shurima like you've never seen it before, a flourishing civilization with a rich history and a bold new future.
Aunque no juegue a las cartas, por lo menos gracias a esto, a Runeterra, Se está expandiendo el lore del LOL bastante.
We're tapping into the godlike power of the Ascendant. Shurima's power is available to those who are resourceful enough to thrive. But be warned, the sands do not forgive. We'll be sharing more about Shurima and when you can wander its dunes early in the year. As part of this year's goal to focus more on champions, we're looking for new ways to get you more champions more often, even outside of our bi-monthly expansion releases. The first of these champion releases is right around the corner, featuring everyone's favorite sad moon boy. That's right, Aphelios is coming to lore next month. Aphelios is a gun-swapping Lunari who's kind of that strong, silent type.
¿Cómo lo habrán
Sort of
hecho?
like my usual co-host who's just not here right now. Has anyone seen him? When you summon Aphelios, you'll choose which weapon in his arsenal to use first. But to really utilize Aphelios to his full potential, you should also be thinking about which weapon you'll need several rounds in the future. Your strategy will become more complex as you play more moon weapons alongside the brand new Targon cards. Confused? Don't worry, a loon will guide you. But our focus on champions doesn't end with Aphelios. We're also keeping champions in mind in almost all of the new features we're developing. The first of which may look pretty familiar to some of you. Champion Mastery is coming to Legends of Runeterra. As you play games with each champion, you'll level up your Champion Mastery, getting new cosmetic flair for your collection.
puesto
Paying off
maestría.
your dedications to champions you love is important to us, as is enabling your ability to style on your opponents. Now everyone will know they were slapped by someone who has an unhealthy fixation with metal.
Uy. Ok. Oh, qué cabrón.
Last year, we focused a lot on competitive play with ranked, gauntlets, and seasonal tournaments. We're continuing to invest in competition this year, and I'm happy to announce that our next seasonal tournament will be happening at the end of February. But we believe we have an opportunity to make Legends of Runeterra a game that's fun to play with friends too. We miss the days of meeting up for late night games and making fun of each other for some really interesting plays. So I'm excited to share that our first cooperative lab is coming this week on January 13th. In this unique game mode, the Noxian army is advancing, and the only way to take them down is through the power of friendship. Work alongside your ally with decks that are built for teamwork. Darius is about to hit you with a Noxian guillotine. Don't worry, your buddies got your back. The forces of Noxus grow stronger each turn, so plan your path to victory before you're completely overrun. This is just our first foray into the world of cooperative modes, and we're looking forward to seeing what you think. Your feedback will help shape the sorts of labs we explore in the future, and you can expect to see more social features this year. Finally, we had a blast working with the League team on Spirit Blossom, and we're excited to partner with them again. But they would ruin me if I said anything else. Like seriously, I don't even think I'd be missed. Well, that about wraps things up for me. Legends of Runeterra has already come so far since I first spoke to you last year, and the whole team is looking forward to doing even more for you in 2021. Thanks for watching.
TFT.
Hey everyone, I'm Teach, product lead for Teamfight Tactics and washed up Set 1 Challenger player. Let's talk about what's happening for TFT in 2021. We have some pretty big plans for this year. We want to ship 2 new sets, level up the competitive experience, and experiment with some of the new ways to play. Let's start with the Fates mid set. This set will be available next patch, and all I have to say is, Reliant Soul and Swain are back. This is our second take on a mid set, and this time we're swapping out even more champions and traits. Specifically, we made changes to the primary carries from the first half of the set to ensure that you'll have all new team comps to discover and master. You'll also see the return of a few old favorites, with their abilities set to the mythic tier. We're really excited about Ornn, who'll be bringing along his unique ability of forging upgradable items. And it wouldn't be a mid set without a new rank stage. You'll be seeing the usual partial ranked reset, and you'll get new ranked emotes based on the sweet LP you've gained over the current rank stage. We also have 2 completely unique arenas, Club 2 and Lunar City. Club 2 is a brand new arena with beats so sick, not even Chonk could resist bumping to them.
Hay un DJ tocando. Ahí, Arturo. Ay.
And meanwhile, Lunar City will immerse you in a futuristic setting during the Lunar New Year celebration. And of course, it wouldn't be complete without new Lunar New Year themed Little Legends and a Fate Stage 2 pass. All this will go live with patch 11.2.
Se supone que es la semana que viene. O la otra, no me acuerdo bien, pero termina el 14, creo.
We'll launch our next set and bring you into
La semana que
TFT's
viene.
most
O la
dramatic
otra.
setting yet. Corruption is nigh, and the balance between good and evil has tilted. The rising tension could yield grave consequences in the convergence, so we'll need you to help restore the balance. As we get closer, we'll share more details on the theme and what to expect when you play.
Porque se ha quedado pillado eso, tío.
We'll also be adding something else to TFT, along with the next set. Something new, something turbo.
Se ha quedado pillado.
We're working on a mode that you can play when you're shorter on time. Like during meetings, during class, late at night, on your commute, waiting for food, or yes, even on the john. It's still TFT, but a bit simpler and much faster. We'll share more information later in the year, and we're excited to see what you all think about our first mode.
Venga, vamos, viejo.
Last year we held the first TFT Global Championship, and it was awesome to see some of the best players in the world battle it out. Unfortunately for us in NA, EU really put on a show, and KC Double walked away with the title. Now we're looking forward to the Fates Championship. The regional qualifiers have begun, and the Fates Champion will be crowned in just a few months. We're also looking to improve the viewing experience for those events, and we're happy to say we have begun development on a spectator specifically for esports viewership. There are still a few unknowns, but our goal is to have this ready by the next set's finals. And if that changes, we'll let you know. This isn't all we have planned for 2021. The set that was teased earlier will also have a mid-set drop this summer, and another brand new set will be coming in the fall. But we'll have more to say about all that stuff later in the year. For now, we hope you're as excited as we are about what's coming, and we'll see you soon with the second half of Fates.
Vamos, va a seguir igual. Vamos a ver.
Hello, I'm John Needham, and let's talk esports. As you dive in to rank up this year, our pro players are gearing up for their own competitive journey, starting with the LPL this weekend.
El 15 de
Across the globe,
el 15.
LoL esports teams will be vying for supremacy on Summoner's Rift.
15 empieza a hablar.
But first, I want to touch on what's in store in our new emerging competitive scenes. Let's start with League of Legends Wild Rift. We're putting our mobile version of League in the hands of many players around the world. The Wild Rift open beta has been very successful, and we're excited about the future. Like League PC, it's wildly competitive, with the depth, complexity, and high-stakes
No habla nada del Valorant.
While it's still incredibly
Ahora que
early,
caigo.
we're all very excited to bring our passion and dedication for esports to mobile. We're committed to building this authentic League experience for years to come, and planning to get things started with Wild Rift Esports in 2021.
Vamos, esto
Stay
será
tuned for more updates later this year. We're also
en
excited to
verano.
involve Teamfight Tactics Esports this year. Players from all over the world competed in our first global championship last year, celebrating the Galaxy set. The international fan response exceeded our expectations, and this year we're upping the ante. Not only will each set have a global championship event, but we'll also be investing more in regional qualifying events and prize pools. For Legends of Runeterra, it's time to stoke the fires of competition. In 2021, players can compete in exciting region-wide tournaments hosted entirely in-game. Players will join the competition through ladder or qualifier events, and work to earn their spot on the next big
La competición en una tela se parece al de Fortnite.
Players will face off to compete for cash prizes and the pride of being the best in their region. Of course, we're all here today to kick off a new season for the biggest esport on the planet, League of Legends. It's crazy to think we've now got 10 years of incredible history, but we're not looking back. We're ready to redefine League of Legends esports for the next 10 years. We're seeing the fresh new looks of leagues around the world. The LCK in Korea, LCS in North America, and CBLOL in Brazil. You'll feel it in the excitement of our sport's rising stars who are hell-bent on making a name for themselves. Join us on social at LOL Esports and also at lolesports.com. In 2021, we're also returning to China for our World Championship. Instead of the mostly virtual worlds you saw in 2020, we're planning to take our fans on a massive tour of multiple cities across China. Worlds 2021 aims to be the biggest esports tournament ever and one of the biggest sporting events on the planet. I'm pleased to announce today the host city of 2021 Worlds Finals, Shenzhen. This bold, modern city is on the rise, making it the perfect destination for the biggest moment in our sport. An exciting new city for the next chapter in LoL esports. With all this, and much more to come, 2021 is set to be our biggest season yet. We see this as a new beginning, and we're going to make our second decade of esports at Riot Games even better than the first. An exciting new era of LoL esports awaits, and it all starts today. Next starts now.
Toca madrugar. Pues toca la madruga para ver los mundiales. Coraje.
With that, we've just about wrapped up our stream for today, but opening week is just getting started. Whether you're looking to begin your climb,
Nada de Valorant, pero nada.
there are more ways than ever to enjoy it. We'll also have some more ways to ring in the new year throughout,
Pero nada de Valorant.
including missions, in-game rewards, player choice votes, and community moments so we can celebrate together. Finally, this is just a preview of what's in store for the year, with many more exciting surprises to come. Thank you so much for watching, and welcome to Season 2021.
Hey everyone! Peace.
Hey guys.
Hey everyone! I just want to wish
Hola,
everyone
buena.
an awesome 2021. Welcome to Season 11.
It's a new season.
I'm quite hyped about it, and hopefully so are you.
2021 is our year.
새로운 시즌에 No conozco a nadie.
모두 원하는 티어에 갔으면 좋겠습니다. 짜스!
저도 열심히 해서 반드시 골드 갈게요.
希望大家可以突破自我。
Se parece a Serafín.
Hepinize
Hola.
VP'li güzel zaferler diliyorum.
¿Quién está hecho?
En todas sus rankings. Disfruten jugando con sus amigos. Saludos.
Lata.
Möge euch alles gelingen. Viel Glück und viel Spaß in 2021.
Я хочу пожелать всем игрокам League of Legends отличного лута, держать мою жабу и быть всегда на позитиве.
Next year, I'm very excited to climb the ladder.
Whatever rank goal you may have, hopefully you achieve it.
And stay very awesome.
Thanks for being part of the League of Legends community.
I'm expecting to see each and every one of y'all out on the Rift.
Good luck in your games.
Good luck and have fun in the year of 2021.
올 한해 여러분들이 원하시는 티어 꼭 얻으시길 바라겠습니다. 감사합니다.
Raro que Fake haga esto. Raro.
Best player win, or as we say in French, que le meilleur gagne.
May year 2021 be full of top fours, but not against me.
See you on the Rift. Good luck on the climb.
Have fun with the new season.
You got this.
Have fun. See you in the
No han hecho ni uno de España. Como mucho uno de LATAM, pero ya está. Y otra cosa, no han dicho nada del Valorant, no han dicho nada del MMO, no han dicho nada, tío. Qué F, ¿no?